Hi folks, Gary here. And after a very slow 2025, let's take a look and see how 2026 is starting out in North Vancouver real estate. Okay, so let's start with sales. First of all, with detached, we're down about 24% from last year and about 9% below the 10-year average. With apartments, we're also down 55% from last year and 52% below the seasonal average. And with townhouses, we had the same number of sales, and which was about 11% below the 10-year average. And with new listings, for detached, we were about the same as last year, just down 1.6%, but that was 9% below the 10-year average. And with apartments, we were down 17.5% from last year and about 14% above the 10-year average. Townhouses were up about 35% from the same month last year and about 71% above the 10-year average. And with total listing inventory, in every category, we're very high. With detached, we're up about 26% above last year and 18% above the 10-year average. With apartments, we went down a little bit, about 4% lower than last year, but 33% above the 10-year average. And then with townhouses, 40% more than last year and about 58% above the 10-year average. Okay, so now we're going to look at prices. These are the HPI prices. So the benchmark price for detached came in just over 2 million, and that was a drop of 6.9% over the last 12 months, and about the same 6.9% lower in the last 6 months. And then with townhouses, benchmark price was just over 1.2 million. That's 7.5% below the 10-year, below the year over year, and about 3.5% drop in the last 6 months. With apartments, the benchmark price was just over 780,000. So that's just down 0.8% in the last 12 months and about 5% down in the last 6. I thought I'd just show you here what the prices were at the peak. So for detached, we dropped about 350,000. So that's in the last 3.5 years, pardon me. And with townhouses, we've dropped down about 147,000. And then with apartments, down about 47,000. Now, I have been noticing that a number of new listings were properties that were purchased around the peak, but very infrequently do we see that they've adjusted their prices to the reality of a changing market. So I thought I'd just quote from Andrew Liss. He's the Greater Vancouver Realtors economist, and this is what he has to say about the market. Our recent 2026 forecast suggests this year is likely to resemble 2025 on many fronts, and we expect sales to remain tepid. When paired with sellers remaining eager to list, inventory will likely remain elevated relative to historical averages, and as a result, we expect prices to finish the year relatively unchanged. As consumers adjust to the ongoing backdrop of political and economic uncertainty, we expect a degree of pent-up demand to re-enter the market at some point. Whether it will happen in 2026 remains an open question, and we'll be watching the market closely for signs of improvement. So for those who are waiting for prices to increase to sell their properties, you may be better off to list now. Properties are still selling, and providing you price your properties according to today's changing market, you will be successful. So thanks for watching my video, and until next month, take care.